hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. All right. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, we're going to do a quick reading right now. Give me 1 second, Joe. Just having some technical issues, like I always do. All right. The technical issue is with me, not my devices. It's with me. I'm the technical issue. Let me go ahead and set the comments. All right, perfect. How are you guys doing? It's a very interesting energy today. I think this energy began pretty late last night and it's basically continued through the night. I don't know, I slept good. That's all I'm going to say. I slept good, but I am aware this energy um, continued through the night. And basically, what we're facing is some heaviness. Um, we're going to explore what this could possibly mean for you. It could just be because that 888 portal it's starting to approach its apex. And so, sometimes when it starts to hit that apex, um, it will go ahead and intensify energies, emotions, insecurities, all of that. So, what I've been noticing, a lot of very, very dense energies. Okay. We're not doing free readings right now. That's what I almost put on the screen. Before we start, I have two things I want to share. First and foremost, um, if you're having struggles with chords, which I think this period might really involve a lot of chords being used, I am teaching. Where is it? No, I don't want it like that. I don't want it as a ticker. I want it. Oh, that's why. Here we go. That's why, girl, that's why. Here we go. So, if you're having struggles with chords, you want to learn how to properly address them, join me for my chord lab. It's a 4.5 hour workshop, and I teach you exactly how to deal with chords. Chord cutting, no. Invoking Michael to cut chords, no. He doesn't cut chords, okay? And cutting chords is not going to do anything except expose you even further. So check that out, k33academy.com/store/chord-lab, and you can find that there. A brand new thing happened. It's been in the works for a little bit. You guys got to check this out. Jalapeno popper artesian bread. What? You guys, I have been eating this nonstop. I can't even. It's bordering on shameful how much I'm eating this bread. I'm the one making it. So it's infused with a lot of goodness, a lot of yummy yummies, natural products. You guys know I'm super sensitive to food. Y'all, you gotta check this out. Jalapeno popper artesian bread, because every time I make it, it's literally gone within an hour. Literally everyone on the team, my entire family, we're basically fighting over who gets the bread. I'm not joking. It's that good. And it's made, I carefully calibrated all the flours to really support ascension mechanics. I know it sounds crazy, but that's how I cook. I carefully calibrated all of the flours to be very, very supportive of your ascension mechanics. For those who are very high frequency, this is very grounding. For those who are very low frequency, this will boost your frequency up. And it tastes amazing. Think goat cheese, natural jalapenos. I'm just saying, I almost don't even want to share it, to be honest. I say almost, but the reality is I don't want to share it. We're just going to leave it at that. All right. Going forward to our reading. I asked what this reading was going to be about, and I was already feeling all kind of different things. So heavy energies, heartache, and such deep longing. So I don't know if it's you that's feeling this longing, but there's something going on. Something going on. Let me get a couple cards. I better hurry up because we already know what this reading is about. Anywho. How are you guys doing? How's everyone coping with this energy? All right, we're almost ready. Here we go. Let's get started. Ooh, visions. You're being shown something. You're being shown something, and it's okay. Let me get control of myself. You're being shown something, and I usually put the cards face down when I pull them off the stack. But this time, for some reason, I put it face up. So, the visions, you're being shown something. This is what I'm being shown. It's about this upside down masculine again. It's about an upside down masculine. And let's just see where it goes. Let's go with the reading. Chaos in reverse. So, there's a lot of chaotic energy that I've been feeling since yesterday to begin with. And the feel that I get is this chaotic energy is being used to suction out a lot of really yucky things. That can be a very destructive process, but it's necessary. It's very much necessary. So if you're going to allow yourself to be emptied, sometimes you might experience this as like depressive episodes. You still have to go see your doctor if you're struggling with certain things, okay? So depressive episodes, a sense of emptiness, loneliness, um, like emotional fluctuations, these mood swings that like you don't know where it's coming from, right? You don't know why you feel so moody all the time. You're super happy one moment, and then suddenly out of nowhere, you think of something and you are not happy, right? It might not even be your emotions. It might be that you are pulling in the emotions, the experiences of this upside down masculine energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be a male. It doesn't necessarily have to be someone with a romantic connection to you. It's a masculine energy and it's upside down, it's on its head. Understanding. It's like someone is seeking understanding from you. Might be the upside down masculine, might be someone else. Pressure in the ears. I'm frequency change. There's a frequency change occurring. Not sure what it means. Like something is displacing your energy. Something is displacing you within your field. What is actually going on right now? What is this? Let's look. Cycles, upside down cycles, invisible. So for some of us, there's an attempt to breach your field. This is a parasitic attempt. For some of us, there is something, someone who's trying to gain access to you without your consent. Are you okay with that? If you're not okay with that, I highly suggest to F shit up. I'm saying, energetically speaking, if something is trying to breach your field, that is an act of war. That is an act of war. If you try and breach my field, I promise you I'll ram right through you. I promise you. I'll do it with a smile. I'll ram right through you before I choke slam your ass. And I'll laugh too. Yeah. So that's the thing. This is someone who is trying to create so much distortion within your field that they become invisible, like you can't tell who's doing this. They're not going to be successful. Okay. This is not going to be a successful attempt. You need to make sure that you do whatever you need to do to ensure this is not a successful attempt. No, 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 no. We don't play that mess. Me and my people, we do not play that mess. This is definitely something that needs to be corrected. This needs to be corrected. Message. Yeah, this is someone who's lusting after you. This is not about a twin. This is about someone who is trying to take oh, someone don't want me to tell you. Hold on. This is someone who is trying so hard. Trying so hard to claim some type of ownership over you. They're trying to use this whole fake divine masculine thing to claim ownership over you. The message here is that they lust after you. They're lusting after you. And this is not a compliment, you guys. This is not a compliment at all. They won't tell you the truth. See the moon on his throat? They won't tell you the truth, but here's the thing. That drippy droppy at the bottom of that moon shape, the truth continues to leak out. You continue to receive certain types of confirmation of things you need confirmation for. The truth continues to leak out. And my thing is this: if what's leaking out is super duper toxic, why are you still there to catch it? Like, no. Hope. Okay. So here's the thing. The hope card has two meanings for me. So there is this one aspect of this hope card where it's like, gosh, this person really, really has this hope that they can be successful in what they're doing to you, right? There's this other aspect of this hope message where it's like this sense of this person, whoever this is affecting you to the degree where now you're thinking like, oh, there's hope for me to heal them, change them. Stop with that. Like, no. No. Stop with that. You have to stop with that type of behavior and logic, because that a large portion of your struggles comes from that mindset. That's what allows people to continue to be able to access you and do all of these really messed up stuff to you. Either they're not listening or you're not listening. But here's the thing, High Priestess of Air, you need to tap into that extremely high level communication coming in from your soul. I guarantee you've been receiving messages and you probably have not been fully listening. You probably have been stuck in some type of thought loop, some cycle of program that causes you to continue to participate in certain types of mental yuckies. Okay. I said yuckies. I did. So the wish fulfillment. Whoever this like really nasty person is, they're not going to get away with this. I sure hope you're not letting them get away with this because I mean, I sure hope. I really, really sure hope. Excuse me. This right here. They need to leave us alone. I'm exhausted. They don't leave you alone until you make them. That's what I've learned over and over and over again. That's what I've learned in life. They don't leave you alone until you stop them. They just don't. So, like for me, if people from the past want to continue the gang stalking type stuff where they're going to have their little clique, keep trying to keep tabs on me, reports will be filed. Multiple government agencies. I'm not sorry. I don't feel bad. That's the appropriate action. If you want something to stop, you have to make it stop. You have to take the appropriate action that is necessary to make things stop. And then it will stop. You have to not be available. You have to not be accessible. You have to, or it will continue. You can take one of my classes. This is what I teach. This is exactly what I teach. And a lot of the things that you find online on social media, these gurus that are talking about, oh, all you have to do is this, all you have to do is that, and you have to say this sentence, you have to burn this thing, you have to blah 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 blah. They really don't know what they're talking about. I'm not a tarot card reader. I'm highly intuitive. I'm medically inclined. I'm a morphogenetic recodement engineer. I'm an architect of light. I can reach down to your core coding and rewrite that. I specialize in standing scalar wave repatterning. I specialize in parasitic extraction techniques. I'm not engineering. I am a trailblazer of that field. I own the trademark for parasitic extraction. That's mine. That's my term. So when I tell you how to do this, I'm actually telling you how to do this. This is not things that I find on social media and I think it sounds good. And so I'm going to tell you so that you can stroke my ego and make me feel like I know things. No, I actually know things. This is what I was created to do. I was created for spiritual warfare. Do I want war? No. And one of the ways that I prevent spiritual warfare is by empowering the people who allow me to empower them through knowledge, through teaching you. A lot of what you find online is controlled information. What happens when you cut down a tree? It regrows. What happens when you cut the cord of a newborn child without doing the proper work? They bleed out. The mother and the child, they bleed out. You cannot cut a cord and expect a happy, healthy outcome. You just cannot. You cannot. A lot of the people who do energetic work, because they don't understand the logistics of things to the degree that I understand it, they use cords without even realizing it. I don't use chords because, first off, I'm not going to allow your energy into my field. A chord is a two-way street. However much you send through that chord, the amount will be sent back to you, and you cannot dictate what comes back to you. You can't. Just like the mother, while pregnant, has to watch what she eats because it will go through that cord. The medications she takes, it will go through that cord. These are the things that people, they don't tell you these things. They tell you to call in Michael. Michael is not a cord cutter. Michael is a destroyer. How do you think he's the right hand of God? The only time he's sent in is when God wants things corrected. You have Michael in your life, it's because you're needing things corrected. He's not going to correct that for you. He's going to create the circumstance that completely destroys you as you are, so that a new you can be constructed by you to clean up the mess that you've made for yourself. I'm telling you guys, a lot of the things that you hear online, a lot of the things you'll find, these people will be very, very, very convincing. Most demons actually are. One of the most heinous demons is one of the most beautiful beings I've ever seen. Let that sink in. One of the most heinous demonic things responsible for much of the suffering on earth is one of the most beautiful creatures I've ever seen. I don't give a damn how beautiful you are. I just don't. And we have to begin really, really, really making sure we understand what we're getting ourselves into through our fear, through our lack of proactive options being selected. You cannot sit around and wait for things to kind of disappear. You can't. You have to take the appropriate action. Okay. For some, it's an energetic action. For others, it is a legal action. You have to take legal action on something. You have to. And I say this as someone who comes from a culture where you never prosecute. You never call the police, you never prosecute. It doesn't matter how much you have been victimized. You never do that. You are wrong for doing that. That's the culture I come from. I don't care. I don't care. I'm at a point where doing that, participating in that, did nothing but empower the people who are trying to be malignant and harmful to me. That's all it did, empower them. So I'm here to clearly state I absolutely 100% of the time will prosecute. I will seek out the full extent of the law. 100% of the time. I document everything and I seek out the full extent of the law. I will press charges. I will prosecute. Yes. Because that's the only way for people to learn. There are certain lines with you that should not be crossed. And when those lines are crossed, there are very specific, very heavy-handed consequences. People need to learn. They won't learn until you be their teacher. And sometimes that's why people are brought to you, so you can teach each other about boundaries, causation, effect, consequences. My number one thing, if you don't like how you feel in someone else's presence, why do you continue to remain in their presence? It's part of my history. Rather than select the option of receiving financial assistance for something that I was going through, and if I received that financial assistance, I would be entrapped in a very toxic situation. I opted to live in a parking lot for 5 months or so. And then I also opted to be a transient for about 2 to 3 years after that. But boy, oh boy, was I free. I was untouchable. You could not contact me unless I gave you permission to. No one could do anything to me. It was not easy, but it was worth it. It was absolutely worth it. You got to think, are you choosing what's convenient or are you choosing what you need? You got to stop with that whole like, I don't have anywhere to go. I don't have it. No, you have many, many options. Many of them are probably difficult options and not your ideal solution. Many of them are probably not anywhere near easy. They will make you go through things like, but are you free? Like the things I talk about, you guys, I believe it wholeheartedly. It's not something that I heard some other speaker talk about. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no, my audience is going to like this. I don't even consider you my audience. I consider you my online family. So it's like aunties come in here speak to you right now. I'm letting you know, like, you might be fucking up. You might be, but let's look at solutions. What's actually going on? Let's look at what's actually going on. How did you get to this position that you're in? What are some of the things that you want out of life? Maybe some of the solutions are going to lead you to what you want to begin with. Like, it might not be a right turn right now. It might be a right turn after a mile or two down your road. But if you're going to keep sitting where you are in the middle of the road, there's no progress, first and foremost. Secondly, you're placing yourself in a position that elevates the potentiality of you being harmed by someone else's travel. So you have to begin really empowering yourself through looking at how your decisions are providing the very access that's necessary to do this to you. Like, no, I don't think so. People will condemn you for cutting people off too quickly. But the moment someone else cuts you and you're bleeding profusely, where are those people to help you clean up? Where are they to stitch you up, bandage you, take care of you, nurture you? Not there. I promise you, the people who have the most to say tend to be the people who will be the least likely to be supporting you when everything that they're telling you to do falls apart. So I remember one time this guy kept like giving everyone advice. Like he just really thought he knew everything, right? And he would be like all up in everyone's posts, like, oh, you should do this, you should do that. And that was a time where coconut oil was this big hot craze, right? You put coconut oil on everything, just pour it over your life and everything will be just honky dory. And I remember one of my friends had like, I don't know if she got a perm or something. She got some type of process done to her hair. She has this beautiful curly hair and she got some type of process done and it made her hair, it fried her hair. It was super dry. And this fool goes and he tells her like, you need to put coconut oil. It will fix it. Mofo, you're bald. How are you going to give advice? You are bald. Like for real. No hair. Like you're bald. And I can say that without feeling badly because I think bald men are sexy. I request that my husband shaves his hair off. I like it. I like the bald look. I do. I came from the time of Tupac, so I like that aesthetic. I'm just saying. I like that aesthetic. It's not a bad thing. Whether you cut it off or it falls off naturally, it's hot. Stop. But that's the thing. This person and he's not a hairdresser. I was like, why are you giving hair advice? Why are you giving hair advice? And I was telling my friend, like, girl, I don't have super curly hair. Like the bottom half of my head is super curly. Along my hairline is super curly, but the rest, the top is wavy. And the times I've put coconut oil in my hair, it's dried the heck out of my hair. It didn't moisturize anything. If I put it on my skin, it dries out my skin. Like no, no to coconut oil. No to coconut oil. And then her hair got messed up. Her hair got seriously messed up. She went to her hairstylist, and her professional hairstylist told her, like, oh no, girl, you messed your hair up even more putting coconut oil. I'm like, why are you going to listen to someone who got no hair to begin with? Like, I'm sorry. No, no, because you Googled it. We listen to too many people who are like that. They don't know anything about what they're talking about. They've Googled the content and they take someone else's information, which is probably misinformation, and then they propagate it, peddling it as truth. See? No to Nordic Mr. Clean for me. I love Mr. Clean. He's hot. No, seriously. Anywho, let me stop. Manifestation in reverse. If you do what you need to do to get yourself situated, then this will not manifest into a prolonged issue. But you have to do what you need to do. You can't just wait for this person to have a change of heart, change of mind. Some people are incapable of that. They become so hyperfixated on what they are demanding from you that they don't stop to think, like, am I doing the wrong thing? Am I being hurtful, harmful? Like, they don't stop to think. They really, the feel that I get is that whoever this is, and I'm really hoping the cards change, because I'm like, this topic sucks. I'm gonna be honest. This topic sucks. Um, Whoever this is, they're really trying to take ownership of you in some way, shape, or form, energetically, emotionally, mentally. It might be someone who's a friend. It might be someone who is a romantic um, counterpart. It might be someone who is trying to do the whole spiritual F boy routine with you, sending you screenshots of 11, 11, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 10, 10, 12, 12. Like, I was just thinking of you and I saw my phone and oh my God, look, it's a sign. It's a sign that you're an F boy. You went and bought the spiritual starter pack and you Amazon primed it to your house. Knock it off. Don't listen to those people. Just don't. Don't listen to those people. Don't allow those people to have access to you. Like, no, no. Steer clear of spiritual F boys who Amazon Prime the spiritual starter pack to their mother's basement. There's nothing wrong with living in your mother's basement, but you suck. You just do. Knock it off. Knock it off. Just knock it off. That behavior sucks. I'm calling you out. All right. Security, guidance, and stability, they're all in reverse. This is just a really effed up situation, you guys. Heavy energies, heartache, and such a deep longing. That is like romantic talk for stalker. Stalker. Snatch your soul. Grind it up. Pour some coconut water. Just calm down. I got a class to teach. I can't be rallying myself up like this. We doing self-defense today. I can't be rallying myself up like this and teaching class. You know what I mean? Because then I'll be like in class, like, fuck it off, fuck it off. Like, no, girl, calm down. Calm down. We're not here to fuck shit up. We're here to like, stabilize. We have to stabilize the situation. I got to stabilize myself. That's just what it is, okay? I mean, I don't know. It's this Band-Aid. It's really irritating me. It's making me feel like not myself. Let me see if I'm still bleeding. I'm bruised the F up, you. I'll share this with you. I'm like over here trying to test all of my hormone levels so I can see what the fuck's going on with me. And, it's like they gave me 2 effing lancets. And then I had to like drip the drops of my hemoglobin onto the circle papers. And I'm just like, like this. It was just messy. That's how I started my day. I think that's what programmed me today. I woke up and chose finger violence. That's what it is. Girl, stop. Get a hold of yourself. Okay. Here goes. So, warrior spirit, past life return, and self sabotage. You're going to have to F stuff up. You just are. You're going to have to F stuff up. Warrior spirit, past life return in reverse. This is literally someone who believes they were part of your past life, maybe as your toe jam. I don't know. This person is irritating the absolute caca out of me. It's like the absolute caca. I'm normally a peaceful person, but I feel like reaching through the screen and punching this person in the forehead. I don't know why either. This is demonic shit. I only get this way when I'm sensing demonic type energy, people, whatever it is. Oh, well, damn. I just got a notification. Where to start? Coconut oil. Stop it. Okay. Anywho, this is someone they're demonic. This is just full on demonic. I can't even. This is someone who is like full on demonic, and they're going through something that involves their obsession with you. I wish a motherfucker would. I need volunteers for my class. I wish you would. I have one specific person in mind. I wish you would. Give my students someone to test on. I wish you would. That's me challenging you at this point. Be too easy for me to F you up. It's not me showing mercy. It's me being bored. I wish you would. Try this caca with me while in class. Class starts in about an hour. I wish you would. This energy is caca energy. And they're going to self-sabotage themselves. That self-sabotage? Yeah. They're going to make a misstep. And it's this misstep is going to be the very thing that's going to encourage you, inspire you, empower you. But you have to choose that. They're going to lay a trap. They're going to try and entrap you. They're going to try and trap you. Ms. China, you volunteered to get your ass kicked on the ether? Are you volunteering for that? Because today's lesson is about kicking ass. Literally. All the different nuances in how you can kick ass. That's what I teach. How to defend yourself and your client while you're with your client. Overcome in reverse. They won't be able to overcome your defenses. They won't be able to overcome the type of ruin that they are ensuring they experience as they continue to do things to you. If you're going to give your power away, though, if you're going to continue to think like, oh, they this and they that, like, I have a stalker who's been emailing for, I don't know, like a year, 2 years. I think 2 years now, maybe 3 years. I don't know. It's been a while. They've been emailing and we don't read any of it. We're just like, dumbass. We don't read any of it. It automatically gets filed away. And also, archived in multiple places for legal action. I don't give a shit what you're saying. You literally get none of my energy, none of my attention, none of my focus. Literally. Yet there are some of us here who are like super focused on what someone else is doing and this and that. If what they are doing is truly detrimental to your health, to your safety, you need to report that to the proper authorities. You need to report that to the proper authorities. You have to. You have to. You can't continue to be like, oh, I'm helpless, I'm powerless. No, you're not. You choose to believe that. And as you believe that, all of those other options that will take you to a place of personal power, they're removed from the table because you won't consider it because you believe you're helpless. Just because you don't believe you're helpless does not make it suddenly super easy. Just saying. Just saying. As a matter of fact, my team and I, we've been working very closely together for quite a few days now, and we're creating specific oil blends for certain types of situations. Like these are specific oil blends, and we've been choosing flora and crystals to infuse the oils in for specific purposes. We're harnessing metaphysical properties. Very similar to the yummy elixirs, but much different processes, much different purposes. We'll have that on the Soulwork Synergistic website soon. But, there are things that you can do to begin centering yourself within your body, within your life. It can be as simple as a certain type of aromatherapy. It can be as simple as having some type of mantra that you can say to help you as you process things. It begins internally. This is an internal process. And if we keep externalizing the process, what ends up happening is we feel disempowered because really you cannot control your external environment to the degree that you're wanting to. You just can't. I have plenty of people who try and disturb my peace on a regular basis. I'm not disturbed. I'm not disturbed at all. Literally, I'm not disturbed at all. I'm kind of just like, I don't give a shit. Whatever. I had someone over, and I vaguely remember exactly what was said, but they were laying on the deck behind in our backyard. They were laying on the deck, kind of underneath a window. And they came to me and they were talking about like it sounds like something is trying to get into the house. I think like clawing on the windows and doors, like trying to open it, but couldn't. And every time they would look, there was nothing there. And I was like, oh, my house is sealed. And things are always trying to get inside. You're in the house, it's sealed. Whether the door is open or not, whether windows are open or not, it's sealed. You're not getting in without my permission. You're not. I don't even notice those things at this point, like at all. I don't notice them at all. I'm so centered in the most solid way within the core of my foundation. To say I'm fearless, no. Courageous. Courageous and aware of the things I need to be aware of. Courageous when it matters. Courageous when it counts. Courageous when I need myself the most. Society has us so upside down. We're only courageous when we can hide behind a screen. Not me. I've never been one like that. Anything that I can say online, I will say to your face, looking you in the eyes, close enough for you to strike me. I will say it to your face. I promise you, if you try and strike me, it's on. It's on. It's on. Am I saying this like I'm a badass? No. I'm saying this because I know I give myself permission to finally defend myself in life. I used to have this mindset of, I don't care what happens to me. As long as nothing happens to my family, it's okay. No, it's not okay. I'm a completely different person at this point. It's not okay. You can't disrespect me. You can't be hurtful and harmful to me. I will not tolerate it at all. I won't tolerate it, and I shouldn't have to. And if you're going to come to me and expect me to tolerate it, you got a whole nother thing coming. You got a whole nother thing coming. That's not a threat. That's a declaration of the protocol I will follow. That's letting you know it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So don't even try. Because one of two things will happen. I'll ignore you because clearly you're not worth my time or my effort. And you'll hurt your own feelings because you'll feel even more insignificant. Or I will engage you and I will go out of my way to make sure you are neutralized. Whatever legal action needs to be taken, that's what will happen. I don't care if you have the money to or not. That's not my concern. Just like it wasn't your concern whether I had the money to take legal action or not. That's none of my concern. Y'all, that's none of your concern. What someone else is going through. Like, we have to recalibrate this program that we've successfully integrated where everyone is going through something. Yes, but so are you. Everyone is going through something, including you. Why is what they are going through more important than what you are suffering through? Like, you have to make excuses. It's your job to make excuses for someone who, y'all, I had a really messed up childhood. I had a really messed up childhood. You don't see me messing with people in that way. It doesn't matter what environment you were in. When you choose to be a good person, you choose to be a good person. I am peaceful. Peaceful does not mean lack of capacity to be violent. Peaceful means that is what you chose. If you don't have the capacity to reach levels of violence that can maintain your peace, you are not peaceful. You are helpless. There's a difference. I am peaceful. I carry within me the capacity that's necessary to correct whatever is being presented to me as a threat. And that's a thing. Not many people mess with me these days. Why? Because the day of Emmy being nice and docile and letting you get away with all of your caca, those are gone. That doesn't make me a not nice person anymore. That makes me a person who now loves herself. I love myself. I love myself to the degree that I love other people. Because, see, I'm capable of going to war for someone else. I really am. You mess with someone that I love? Wrong choice. That's the wrong choice. See, now I'm part of that group. You mess with me, that's the wrong choice. Of all the options in the world, you chose the worst one. You chose the worst one. People know when they can do these things to you and get away with it. They know. They can feel it. They can sense it off of you. You can say all you want, right? But they can sense from your energy if they can get away with it. And if they sense that they can, then they will. For example, how many of us have been in relationship situations where we tell our partner, we tell our whoever, I'm done. Yeah, you're still there. You haven't packed nothing. You're not done. You're not. They know it. And they're going to continue to do what they've been doing and getting away with. Yep. Yep. Am I saying this is what you deserve? No. I don't believe you deserve that at all. I don't believe anyone deserves to be treated that way. But when you choose to behave in a way that tells another person that you believe you deserve to be treated that way and you will remain accessible to give them the opportunity to treat you that way, quite a few people will take you up on that offer. Quite a few people will take you up on that invitation. This is something we need to begin learning. There's this concept that goes around in these like woke communities where you just proclaim it, right? And then, well, I mean, if you tell them your boundaries, they have to respect that. Well, what happens if they don't? I don't know. You're going to find out. You're going to find out. See, boundaries are the spaces that are created for people to be able to test how far they can go with you. And when your boundaries are not solid and enforced, these people encroach into your field thinking it's still okay. I had gotten this email a couple of weeks back. And this person, like, I'm trying to understand the mindset that caused them to email me in the first place. This is not someone that I really interact with. I don't think I've ever had a private interaction with. And they felt it was appropriate to email me about their hypercriticalities regarding my content and whatnot, right? Like they didn't like the changes. They felt like they weren't getting enough attention, and I forget what else because I didn't really fully read it. Let me be honest. I didn't even really fully read it. I was just like, this is bullshit. This is just bullshit. And what ended up happening throughout that email, it was just this thing of like telling me things that they know I would not respond to very well. Because I guess they know me enough to know that they were inappropriate. And then apologizing, but yet continuing to spew verbal diarrhea onto an email. And then apologizing again before they spew some more. I don't give a shit about your apologies. I just don't. I don't. You don't say something that you know will be offensive or rude and then say sorry. If you were really sorry, you wouldn't say that to begin with. Now, I'm not someone who can't take criticism. I can accept criticism. I can hear someone's hypercriticality of me and be like, oh, you know what? I do need to shift that. I do need to change that. I need to this. I need to that. I get it. Thank you for letting me know. But when your email is about, like you're not getting enough from me for free, I don't give a shit what you feel. Just like you didn't give a shit how that would make me feel. I don't give a shit. I just don't. That's not a loss to me. And the world will tell you, oh my gosh, she's such a cold bitch. No, it's called self-love. It's called self-empowerment. It's called standards. It's called boundaries. It's called no longer martyring myself for the inconsequential bullshit. You see what I'm saying there? People will be like, oh my God, she is so rude. Then don't be around me. I'm only like this around shitty people. That's the reality of it. I'm only like this around shitty people, the people that I already know what your intention is. I know what you want from me. I know why you're here. So let me just not waste time. Let me get to the punch. I don't give a shit. I'm not giving you shit. And I don't give a shit what you say. Now what? Now what? You don't get to come into my world. You don't get to access me. I'm not going to pretend like you never sent the message. Am I going to attack you? No. But your access to me will be cut off. And that's that. That's that. That's that. And what happens after that? Nothing. Nothing happens after that. Because it's done. It's finished. When you can approach your situations with that level of cut and dry, what's there left to do? What else is there? Nothing. All that's left is for you to move forward in your life. Yet we continue around the merry-go-round over and over and over, thinking that every time the merry-go-round makes a full rotation and we are presented once again with this horrendous individual, that if we just duck and hide, we can avoid them. Get off the entire effing ride. Get off of the ride. Why would you ever want to keep yourself stagnant in that way? Get off the ride. Allow yourself to move forward. Allow yourself to grow. Allow. When you don't allow, you betray yourself. When you don't allow, you betray yourself. So, I mean, what's the point, right? All right. So, it's a lot of stuff here. For quite a few, not all, but for quite a few, there's a resonance that's occurring. Everything that I'm saying is causing this firing of thoughts, like you're starting to understand. But then here's the thing, it's this refusal to surrender to your own process because you don't want to be blamed for blah, blah, blah. Get out of your ego. You have to get out of your ego. Your ego is an issue that's been fucking you up for years. Get out of that space. If you're not going to get out of that space, quit complaining. I'm just really cut and dry today. Oh my God, I need more coconut water. I need more coconut water. I need coconut water. You can have all the intuition you want. It could be extremely profound intuition or levels of intuition. You could be a precog. You can foretell, future events. But if you're still in your ego, it's going to distort all the messages and it's going to be useless. It's going to be useless. It's up to you what you want to do with it, though. But here's the thing. Look at all of this. See how Mother Earth is upside down? This is about your life, right? Your life feels like it's upside down. Well, because of the lack of integrity, the lack of cosmic connection, and the lack of powerful choices. It's all in reverse. If you're still in a space where you need someone to blame, I mean, you might need to start blaming yourself, at least for a moment, so that you can get right with yourself. I exist in a space where it's not about blame. It's about recognizing someone else's part in my journey, what they're helping me to learn, what I need to do with that knowledge, how to apply it into my life. I don't care whose fault it is. All I care about is, what am I supposed to learn here? Am I learning it? Am I learning it? After a certain point, if all you talk about is what's wrong, I'm here to tell you without hesitation or shame or even feeling bad, that's your issue. You're stuck identifying with a messed up situation. You are identifying as your wound. And when you begin to identify as your wound, you are not going to allow that wound to heal because why? Because that's your identity at this point. You would be erasing yourself. I don't think you're weak. I don't think you're a bad person. I think there's a possibility you've begun identifying as the very wound that was inflicted upon you however long ago. And now you don't want to let it go. If you can be honest with yourself and recognize when you don't want to let your wounds go, is such a powerful thing. You can then begin to really enter into this space of proactive choices, these choices that lead to proactive actions. You have to do something. And if you are content with just complaining, I mean, go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, I want to show you guys. It's my mini mallet. I told USD I was going to engrave his name on the handle. But I mean, I don't know. Considering today's topic, I might just need to keep this a community mallet. You know? Like you're not going to think about your actions. Boop. Boop, just like that. In the third eye, wherever. You not paying attention, you've become thick-headed because give me your pinky. It's just like that. I will hold it at the tip so I don't get full, full swing. We'll show you a little mercy. We don't want to break the bone. We just want to bruise you. That's it. We just want to bruise you. This will be the community mallet. You need a correction? You need a realignment? All up your, all the way up. I'll realign your ass. I'm just saying, what do you need from me? I'll give you what you need. What do you need? What's really bad is if we turn it to the side like this rather than like this. We turn it to the side. I mean, that's the whole brow bone. Just saying. What color do you want me to paint the handle? Make it pretty for us. Okay, let me just put that away. You guys, seriously, empower yourself. There is nothing embarrassing about what you're going through. There really is not. Everyone goes through something. Everyone goes through something. So go through your something, get right with yourself, and then move forward from it. Very simple. Be honest with yourself, consider all the different details, and then move forward. Move forward. Don't allow yourself to get stuck in this space of self-blame, self-loathing, self-hatred. I should adorn it with crystals, huh? We shall see. We shall see. just and then I have a paddle too. You guys are probably like, what is this girl into? A lot. I'm joking. Let me stop. I gotta get to class. I gotta get to class. I think for many of us, a lot of the issues that we're dealing with have to do with chords. I want to show this to you guys again and just kind of remind you. If you have an issue with chords, you really need to consider the chord lab. Let me put it in the comments itself. If you have an issue with chords, you have to go to the chord lab. You have to allow yourself to really learn how to correct it. If not, it's going to continue to be an issue. Okay? If not, it will continue to be an issue, and then you're going to continue to be drained. You're going to continue to this. You're going to continue to that. If you are really sick and tired of the situation that you're in, start conducting yourself as though you are. Start behaving as tired of the situation as you claim to be. Okay? If you don't, that's your choice. I have no problem with you choosing that. It does not affect me. But when you continue to complain, that then begins to affect. I can't stand complaining. I can willingly listen to people sharing about what's happening in their life, and having conversation about the situations and yada yada yada. I cannot stand when all people do is talk about the same effing problem for months on end. All of that energy you take, all of that energy you use to continue to fixate on the same issue, that's energy you could have used to fix it. And I'm not saying you're just being dramatic. I'm saying, could you imagine all the energy that's utilized when you have panic attacks, anxiety attacks? How exhausted are you after that? How long does it take you to recover from that? How long? A day? 2 days? How long? A week? Have you even recovered? You know? Have you even been able to recover from your anxiety? Is it just chronic anxiety at this point? You deserve a better life than that. That's what I'm trying to get at. You deserve a better life than simply surviving your anxiety, your fear. I'm not saying it's an invalid fear. I'm saying something needs to be done. We need to finish off that chapter, put down that book, and start a whole new book. For many of us, that's the only way it'll work. If you're not done rereading the same chapter, the same sentence, be honest with yourself. Something's touching my lip. So, yeah, this was an intense read. This was very, very intense. Y'all, couple things. I have a 50% coupon still running on my K33 Academy, as well as on my Emmy Evolving website. Those are automatic coupons. Okay. You need a session to help kind of get you to the next part. Go look on the website. Use that 50% off coupon. Go do that. Do yourself a favor. Go do that. You need energetic assistance to get things done. I'm available. Go do that. You can't stay stuck in the same space. But you know what's even more powerful than you simply getting assistance from me one time? The more powerful option is for you to utilize the 50% off to learn how to do what I do. No more sessions. You'll be your own Emmy. You'll do it for yourself. And the certification program that qualifies for a 50% off coupon. You just got to go to the website. There's a payment option. That certification program, it's not just for you to learn how to work on yourself. Oh, no. That's to certify you to work on clients. You can then begin to bring home income as you cultivate your gifts. How powerful is that? How powerful is that? To be so solid within yourself that you can begin not just helping yourself, but helping other people as well. You can use it for family. You can use it for clients. You can use it for whatever you think of, your plants. You can use it for your pets, whatever you think of. Make a decision at this point. Get yourself to that next space, to that next chapter. Stop sitting stagnant and allowing people to continue to pick you apart. Start living. Start being. Ooh, I love this. I'm making room for my gifts so that my gifts can make room for me. Yep. Yep. Yes. Yes. And that certification program, I teach you how to work on people remotely. You don't ever have to travel to a client. You don't have to. I don't accept any bookings that are in person. Because I'm an introvert, first off. I'm introverted. I don't know how to, it's hard for me to talk to people in person. But I never accept bookings in person. I've had quite a few people request that. No, I don't have to travel to my client. I work from home. I work from home. It'll give you the opportunity to work from home as well, if you so choose. You know, it's not going to be easy. It's not an easy program. It's 40 hours. 40 hours of me just absolutely drilling into you the things that you need to know. It's not about memorizing either. You don't have to memorize any of it. In fact, I tell my students, you should print out the parts that are important for you and use them as notes and be honest with your client. You know what? I need to check something really quick. Let me just check my notes. Yeah, no, we're not here to pretend like we know everything. I don't teach my students that at all. Like, you don't know everything. You don't. I don't know everything. Sometimes I forget things. I will check my notes. And I will be honest with my client. You know what? Let me check this really quick. I got to make sure something. We have to do something for ourselves. We have to do something for ourselves. It has to be an active decision for you to move forward in your life. It has to be an active decision. I haven't seen a drilling class. Should I bring my impact gun? My hammer? Impact. What the hell is it called? It's a real compact drill. But it's like it's I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys. I love DeWalt. It's actually my husband's. But it's small and cute and I like it. Okay, guys, I got to get going. Class is going to start. I need to prepare for my class. I hope regardless of how harsh the information came across during this reading, I hope that you were able to receive whatever shakeup is necessary to get you repositioned within your life. I never make it my goal to simply tear someone down. It's my goal to bring your attention to the weird foundation that's been created, the one that's unstable, the one that's causing you to be rickety, the one that's causing you to feel as though you're going to break down anyways. No, look at that, deconstruct it, rebuild something proper. Rebuild it in a way that's right for you, not for me. I don't need to be right. I don't have ego like that. My ego works the opposite. When it flares up, I don't think I'm big and bad. When it flares up, I think I'm not so good. Not so good, not so strong. I'm just a little person. I'm serious. And it's okay. I have to work through that. There's nothing wrong with my ego. Whenever it pops up, That's me regulating myself because I can't be all in this space of like, I'm the biggest, the baddest. Like, this is bullshit too. Find that center point and allow yourself to travel between the two spaces as is appropriate for what you face. There will be some occasions where I need to tap into the reality of how powerful and badass I actually am. And then not only will I tap into that, I will declare, I will fuck shit up, keep it up, see what the fuck happens. And then there's times where I need to allow my ego to flare and bring me back down, like, sorry for my attitude. I got triggered. I shouldn't have been that aggressive. I'm sorry. Should have found a different way to communicate. Like, it's okay to be a whole person. And if you're in an environment that only gives you permission to be part of who you are, no, 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 no. We don't do that. We don't do that. Okay. Make sure your love for self is intact. And I'm not talking about um, ignoring all of these things that you need to pay attention to. I have a lot of things that I need to work on within myself, not because I'm broken, but because I deserve to know the greatest parts of me. And if the most broken parts of me are in the way of me reconnecting with the greatest parts, then I need to address the parts that have fractured. Not because I'm not enough when I'm fractured, but because I deserve to feel whole. I deserve to feel healed by my own hands, with my own words, loving myself in that way. It's important. It's really, really important. So allow yourself to be and carry the level of importance that is appropriate for you. Okay? All right, guys, give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. I'll see y'all here tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. See y'all in church. Bye, everyone.